Devil's Den. State Park in Arkansas is a beautiful place. Nestled in the Ozark Mountains, it offers a unique blend of natural beauty and recreational opportunities. The park spans over 2,500 acres, providing a vast playground for nature enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. Towering trees and clear streams make it a wonderful place to enjoy nature. The park's diverse ecosystem is home to a variety of wildlife, including deer, foxes, and numerous bird species. Families come to camp, hike, and explore. The park offers a range of camping options, from primitive sites to modern cabins. Hiking trails of varying difficulty levels crisscross the park, leading adventurers to breathtaking vistas. The park is known for its peacefulness and stunning views. Whether you're standing atop a rocky bluff or gazing out over a tranquil valley, the scenery at Devil's Den is spectacular. It is a place to relax and reconnect with nature. Visitors often find solace in the park's serene environment, away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. People feel happy and safe within the park's borders. The well-maintained trails and facilities, along with the presence of friendly park staff, ensure that visitors can enjoy their time without worry. The park rangers work hard to keep visitors safe. They are knowledgeable about the park's history, flora, and fauna, and are always ready to lend a helping hand. They provide maps, information, and assistance. The ranger station is a hub of activity where visitors can learn about the park's features and pick up trail maps. Devil's Den State Park is a place where people can escape the everyday world. The park's remote location and expansive landscape make it an ideal destination for those seeking solitude and a deeper connection with nature. They create lasting memories with loved ones. Whether it's a family reunion, a weekend getaway with friends, or a solo adventure, the experiences shared at Devil's Den are cherished for a lifetime. In 1946, the park was a popular destination. Even back then, people were drawn to its natural beauty and recreational opportunities. People traveled from miles around to experience its beauty. The park's reputation as a premier outdoor destination has only grown over the decades, attracting visitors from all over the country. One October day, a young woman named Katherine Van Alst vanished within the park's borders. Her disappearance remains one of the park's most enduring mysteries. Her disappearance shocked the community. The news of her vanishing spread quickly, and the park was filled with volunteers and officials searching for any sign of her. It left a lasting mark on Devil's Den's history. Today, a historical marker stands in the park, commemorating Katherine Van Alst and reminding visitors of the park's storied past. Katherine Van Alst was 24 years old. She was a vibrant young woman, full of life and energy, with a passion for the outdoors. Katherine loved spending time in nature, often going on hikes and exploring new trails. Her family described her as adventurous and always eager to discover new places. She was visiting Devil's Den with her family. It was a sunny day, perfect for an outing in the state park. The family had planned this trip for weeks, looking forward to a day of bonding and enjoying the beauty of the natural surroundings. They were excited to spend a day hiking and picnicking. The family packed a hearty lunch, complete with sandwiches, fruits, and snacks, and set off on their adventure with high spirits. And the family chose a popular trail. This trail was known for its scenic views and was frequented by many hikers. It was well marked and considered safe, making it an ideal choice for a family outing. It led to a beautiful overlook. The overlook provided a breathtaking view of the surrounding landscape, with rolling hills and dense forests stretching as far as the eye could see. It was a perfect spot for taking photos and enjoying the serenity of nature. As they walked, Katherine grew tired. Despite her love for hiking, the trail was more challenging than she had anticipated. The steep inclines and rocky terrain began to take a toll on her. She told her family she would wait for them. Katherine didn't want to slow them down, so she decided to take a break and let them continue to the overlook without her. Katherine sat down on a large rock near the trail. The rock was a comfortable spot, offering a place to rest and catch her breath. She planned to rejoin her family once she felt rested. She watched her family continue up the path. They waved to her, assuring her they wouldn't be long. Katherine smiled and waved back, feeling content to wait and enjoy the peaceful surroundings. They never saw her again. When they returned to the spot where they had left her, Katherine was nowhere to be found. The rock was empty, and there was no sign of her anywhere. When the family returned to the spot, Katherine was gone. Panic set in as they called out her name, hoping she had just wandered off a short distance, but there was no response. They searched the area, calling her name. The family spread out, looking behind trees and rocks, hoping to find any trace of Katherine. Their calls echoed through the forest, but there was only silence in return. There was no sign of her. The trail remained empty, and the untouched natural surroundings gave no clues as to where she might have gone. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Panic set in as darkness began to fall. The sun was setting, casting long shadows through the trees. The family knew they had to find her before nightfall, as the forest would become even more difficult to navigate in the dark. The family rushed to alert park rangers. They explained the situation, their voices filled with urgency and fear. The rangers immediately understood the gravity of the situation and sprang into action. A search party was quickly assembled. Volunteers, park staff, and even other hikers joined in the effort to find Katherine. They spread out in all directions, calling her name and searching every possible hiding spot. Search dogs were brought in to help. These trained dogs could pick up scents and track them over long distances, providing a crucial advantage in the search effort. Even a helicopter was deployed to scan the area from above. The area view allowed searchers to cover more ground quickly, looking for any signs of movement or disturbance in the forest canopy. Hours turned into days, and still there was no sign of Katherine. Her family waited anxiously, hoping for any news. But as time passed, their hope began to wane. The search continued into the night, with flashlights piercing the darkness. The forest, once a place of beauty and adventure, now felt ominous and foreboding. Despite their best efforts, Katherine was never found. Her disappearance remains a mystery, leaving her family and friends heartbroken and searching for answers. The search for Katherine Van Alst was extensive. Park rangers, volunteers, and even the military participated. They combed through the dense woods, search dogs sniffed the trails, divers searched the park's waterways. Days turned into nights as the search continued. The terrain was difficult. The dense undergrowth hindered the searchers. The many caves and crevices added to the challenge. Hope began to dwindle with each passing day. The mystery of Katherine's disappearance deepened. The story captivated the nation. Newspapers across the country covered the story. People offered prayers and support for Katherine's family. The search continued, fueled by a glimmer of hope. 6 days after her disappearance, a breakthrough occurred. Section 4. Found, but not unscathed. A group of searchers ventured deep into a remote area of the park. They were following a faint trail. They stumbled upon a small clearing. There, lying on the ground, was Katherine Van Alst. She was alive, but weak and confused. Katherine was disoriented and dehydrated. She had no memory of what had happened. She was taken to a local hospital for treatment. Her family was overjoyed. The community breathed a collective sigh of relief. The news of Katherine's discovery spread quickly. People were amazed by her survival. They were eager to hear her story. However, Katherine's account of her disappearance only deepened the mystery. Section 5. Katherine's story, a puzzle of memory. Katherine could only recall fragments of her ordeal. The memories were like pieces of a shattered mirror, each fragment reflecting a part of her experience, but never the whole picture. She remembered sitting on the rock. She remembered feeling tired. The exhaustion was overwhelming, as if she had been walking for days without rest. After that, her memory was blank. The forest around her seemed to close in. the trees becoming indistinct shapes in the darkness. She had no recollection of the 6 days she was missing. It was as if those days had been erased from her mind, leaving a void that she couldn't fill. She couldn't explain how she ended up in the clearing. The last thing she remembered was the dense forest, and then suddenly she was in an open space. She couldn't explain her lack of injuries. Despite her torn and dirty clothes, her skin was unscathed, as if she had been protected by an invisible shield. Her clothes were torn and dirty. They bore the marks of her journey, yet her body did not. But she had no scratches or bruises. It was as if she had walked through the forest without touching a single branch or thorn. Her survival was remarkable, but her lack of memory was baffling. Doctors examined Katherine thoroughly. They ran every test they could think of, searching for any clue that might explain her condition. They found no signs of foul play. There were no injuries, no signs of struggle, nothing to suggest that she had been harmed in any way. They couldn't explain her memory loss. It was as if her mind had decided to erase those 6 days, leaving her with only questions and no answers. Some speculated she had suffered from dehydration and exposure. The harsh conditions of the wilderness could have taken a toll on her body and mind, leading to her memory loss. Others wondered if she had blocked out a traumatic experience. The mind has a way of protecting itself, sometimes by hiding away the most painful memories. Her family was overjoyed to have her back, but they too were left with unanswered questions. They wanted to understand what had happened to their daughter during those 6 days. Katherine tried to piece together her memories, looking at old photos and talking to her family, but the more she tried, the more elusive the memories became. As the days turned into weeks, the mystery of those 6 days remained unsolved. Katherine's story became a puzzle of memory, a tale of survival and the unknown. She continued to explore the forest, hoping that one day something might trigger her memory. Until then, she lived with the fragments, each piece a part of her story waiting to be understood. Section 6. Questions left unanswered. Katherine Van Alst's story became a sensation. People were fascinated by the mystery surrounding her disappearance. Despite her return, many questions remained unanswered. How did she survive for 6 days without food or water? Where did she go during those 6 days? Why couldn't she remember anything? These questions haunted investigators and the public alike. Some believed there was a logical explanation. Others suspected something more sinister had occurred. Theories and speculation ran rampant. Some people suggested she had gotten lost. Others thought she had wandered off on her own. Some even whispered about the possibility of alien abduction,